Join the team.
Hey team, this is the McGuire review, and we are going to look at VOLFYIRION, the production delivery today. We did a video on this. If you want to check out the how to play, what this video, or what this game, if you want to check out the how to play or what this game is about, hit that information button. We have already done a video when they went to Kickstarter. This is the production delivery, or the Kickstarter delivery. And it is awesome. Team, this is absolutely one of my favorite 1 to 2 player games. It is definitely one of my favorite, if not my absolute favorite 2-player game. That's hard to say because I do have some favorites that are back here on the shelf. But you can play more than 2 players. This is specifically designed for a 1 to 2 player experience, and the 2-player experience, the solo is fun, but the 2-play experience is absolutely really executed well. So this is edition. This is the loaded up Kickstarter edition. You can see this came at a very low price point. If you remember, it was a phenomenal price point for what you got here, even if you also purchased the dragon miniature, which we have here. Can't wait and I haven't even looked at this yet. I have not even opened these boxes. I wanted to do this on camera to see what we got. Okay, here is going to be the core VOLFYIRION card game right here in this box. I love that they gave you a nice little carry box. They just didn't throw a deck of cards wrapped up in a box, because they could have done that, but we have a nice little carry box here, and it is a high quality, nice coated, sort of got that, you know, that waxy sort of coat to it box. So we'll open that up first. And right in the front, there is a nice little pad with the VOLFYIRION wooden meeples. Let's get that out. And Bear's going to bring down the miniature cam here once we get these pieces out. You'll be able to see those up close. This looks really good. It's your standard black painted or coated wood. It does have some nice dark, like a turquoise color on it to kind of outline it, which looks really nice. And the detail is really, really crisp. So you can see that there, little VOLFYIRION wooden token. That's if you just got the, and I'll put it right up front there, that's if you just got the wooden token, that's what you're going to get, which is really all that you need for the game. The miniature was kind of an extra, and the miniature does tie in, as you can use that with some of their other games. It's really awesome how Tabula Games has done such a phenomenal job in tying games and universes together. They got a Kickstarter going right now that you may want to check out, Icaion, which is an awesome game. We're doing a giveaway on the Icaion prototype, so go check that out on Kickstarter. You'll see the video there. You can find the video on the channel. There's a couple just single pads that are in here just protecting the deck. The deck is not wrapped in any plastic. The cards were just right in there, which I don't have a problem with as long as they're nice and protected. And they are. Got that padding in there, and that's nice that you can keep the padding in there. You can remove the padding to add other little things in there, or maybe they're giving you room for some expansions. Who knows? And I don't know. I'm speculating. So there we go. There's the box. It's everything in the box. We'll set the box right over here. Got the little pad there. And then there is a very small booklet with the rules right here, VOLFYIRION Rule Book. Little tiny booklet. You know, the booklet wasn't small like this. I don't remember for the prototype. But the game is pretty simple, and the rules are very straightforward. I am actually glad they went with a very small form factor rulebook, and you won't generally hear me say that. I generally like the larger rulebooks that are just easy on the eyes. They're easy to read. You know, they provide more real estate for examples and artwork. So I'm usually not for a very small rulebook. However, this is a small form factor game, and you want it to be able to travel easily. And there's nothing more annoying than trying to travel with a card game, and the rulebook is more pamphlet style, or the rulebook is full size, and then you're like trying to fold the rulebook or put it in a folder. This is very neat, nice. It fits right in the travel box. So I'm going to have to give them some props. Great design here for the smaller rulebook. And again, team, you're not going to generally hear me say that, but I think it worked very well here. Okay, so it's got everything right there in the rule book, all your set out. It's got your setup. It's got your actions that you can take and how the game is going to play out, how to move VOLFYIRION, how to use VOLFYIRION. That's another thing I love about this game is how different ways you can win and how you can utilize VOLFYIRION to fight for you if you want to. Very cool. All right, so here's all the cards. So let's check out, let's grab kind of A dark card, a light card. This is one of the cities here. I want to see how these turned out production-wise. So I would say this is the same quality as what we've seen in Mysthea or some of their other games. The colors are nice and bright. That's one thing I was hoping we would see on the prototype, that some of these cards were a little bit dark. Artwork was a little bit fuzzy, but again, that was the prototype. These look great, and I haven't seen, this is one I haven't seen, so I didn't see all of the artwork, because if you remember, and there was a team member that won the prototype of VOLFYIRION, and whoever you are, I can't remember exactly which teammate that was, but cut that. You will know if you pull up your prototype at home, that lucky winner. Oh, this is a new one too, this Scholar. How sick is that? You will know that the artwork is amazing. It's so awesome because I haven't seen all of this production artwork yet. There was very limited artwork in the prototype, and there was a lot of it that wasn't done yet. We're gonna bring, once we do the miniature cam, actually Bear, load up the overhead cam. Let's take a look at some of these cards and some of this artwork that you can see. And then we will bring the camera down and get in on these miniatures as well, because I want everybody to be able to see, what this looks like. Oh, so cool. So cool the way these cities worked out, and they all are different. The prototype, that wasn't necessarily the case. Oh, yes. Every one of them has a completely different look and feel, so that adds even more to the theme as you're playing the game, and as you're attacking your opponent, or your opponent is attacking your cities, you'll be able to kind of feel more of that theme of, oh, this particular look of city got attacked, or that city got attacked. So awesome. We're just going to keep putting these cards out. They look great. Artwork is phenomenal. Very, very nice. All right, I think that's probably enough to give everybody a feel for what the artwork looks like in the game. All right, let's get into the miniature, because I know everybody's waiting for that, and I am anxiously waiting for that as well. So let's open it up. Right off the top, there is a expansion rule set. So this Kickstarter version did come with an expansion. So here is the rule set. You can use this for Mysthea. So there's an expansion with the dragon miniature for Mysthea. And I saw the Icaion board. And it is an expansion to use with Mysthea the Fall. The Fall is a version... well, it's not a version of a game. It is a game in itself. You put all these components together from various games, and it makes a completely new game. I want to be clear here. It is not just an expansion to a game. It is not just another game mode to a game. It is a completely new game, and VOLFYIRION adds that one step even further with using your dragon miniature. So that's what's so cool about how Tabula is going with their game design and the universe that they've created. All of these titles fit in the same universe and literally fit together in physical form in different types of game mode and creating new games. Absolutely innovative. They've nailed it. I've seen other companies try to do this, execute on this. Tabula Games has done a phenomenal job executing on the innovation of using these games together in the same universe. Just excellent. Here's some extra cards you get there for the dragon. And then let's get the dragon out. Oh, I know we want it. Oh, I want it. I dropped it. Okay, it's fine. It's big. It's chunky. There's no problem here. All right. So there is the dragon. And then inside you will find the little crystals that go into these slots on the dragon. And there's one of them that's actually already in there. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We do have them all. And it also looks like, yes, each one of them is actually numbered here at the bottom. It's very, very tiny. It has a little 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way through 5. Okay, so there are those little crystals that slot into the base, and we'll just put a couple in here. And they do only slot one way, so I got to make sure I do get this right. Yes, it goes like that. So I'm glad they did that as well. It does have the little notch kind of cut out on there, and they only slot in one way, which holds them in there nicely because you will be taking them in and out over gameplay. This isn't something that you're going to slot in and then glue there. So they do need to come in and out, and those do have a pretty tight feel once you really crank them in there. Give them a little twist, crank them in. They're in there good for travel. I mean, I'm giving it a yank. It's not coming out. I've got to really pull on it. So that's good. Okay? that makes me feel good about how it's going to travel, and we'll kind of have to see how it holds up over time with gameplay. Miniature looks fantastic. Quality is awesome. The size is huge. I don't remember. I don't believe the prototype was that big that was sent to me. I just don't believe it was anywhere near that big. I might be wrong, but this feels much larger than what was originally sent to me for the 3D printed prototype. And it looks, VOLFYIRION looks amazing. Just look at that. Well, you know what? Let's get it right down here. Let's get the load up the miniature cam so everybody can take a look at that. We'll close this box here. All right, and that is the miniature. Unbelievable. Great work on VOLFYIRION. That looks so cool. And I cannot wait to use this with Mysthea the Fall and see how that addition and expansion plays out as well. Let's see here, as everybody's taking a look there at the miniature cam, what more we can determine. This is a great little pamphlet, I'll have to say as well. It's a kind of a coated, very thick coated, plasticky kind of paper versus just a standard, just a standard piece of paper. Mysthea here, introduction. Volrys decided to deploy VOLFYIRION alongside their troops on the expedition to the Sacred Islands, but the wild energies erupting from the Henakor unshackled the dragon from the guild's control. The creature is now on a rampage, threatening every guild and making cooperation fundamental to survive. Very cool. So basically what this is going to do is create some form of, it looks like, a co-op addition to Mysthea. Let's see, all rules are normal except for the various listed below. And then there's going to give quite a few different little changes to the game as you set up the game. So it looks like that any type of cooperation in the game is going to be fundamental to survive with VOLFYIRION, this additional VOLFYIRION way of gameplay added to Mysthea. Very awesome. Mysthea the Fall. After the fall, the subtle balances of Icaion broke irreparably. Ancient forces unleashed from the crystals beneath the earth, wild energies that channeled through the Henakor and started to resonate everywhere, reshaping the will of wild creatures. Summoned by these ancient energies, VOLFYIRION flew to the Henakor, where he now lingers, blinded by his immense power. The dreadful beast is making his growl heard in the depths of Icaion, calling every kind of creature toward the city and the crystal it surrounds. Very cool. So that's going to be a game mode. We're going to put him right in the middle of that Mysthea the Fall, right where the city is, where the apparatuses go. For the apparatuses go for Icaion, and it's going to be drawing, it looks like drawing people towards the center there. And there is a small setup for that one. Now that one is a little bit more extensive. There is, for Mysthea, it's just this bit right here. For Mysthea the Fall, we've got this page, and then we also have the full back. So there is a little bit more of an extensive setup for how VOLFYIRION is going to work with Mysthea the Fall than it looks like it's going to do for just the base game of Mysthea. It just looks like there's going to be some minor changes that's going to make cooperation something that you're going to need to do to be able to survive in the game. It's going to kind of force that throughout the play. Okay, so that's how the extra little addition and expansion game modes are going to work that are outside just the awesome 1 to 2 player game that you have with VOLFYIRION. So team, I highly recommend this game. If you can get your hands on this game, if you miss out on the Kickstarter, I'm sure this is going to be coming to retail at some point. I'm not sure if it's in retail right now or not, but keep your eye out for VOLFYIRION either at conventions and or coming to retail if it isn't out already. And I'm sure you can pick this up third party if you weren't part of the Kickstarter. You always see these things floating around on whether it's Amazon or eBay, so if you really want to get your hands on it even earlier, I'm sure that that'll be available. All right, so hit that like, click the subscribe below to join the team. Keep rolling them crits. This has been the McGuire Review, and we'll see you next time, Bear. Let's roll.